Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first open house session for the European Solidarity Residency. Pardon me. Just so you know, we are recording this session and the session will go live. Not live, sorry. It will go on our website. However, your pictures obviously are not, so the only person you will see in the recording will be me and the screen I'm just about to share with you. Um, yes, let me just share it with you. Here we go. You can also, before we start, I wanted to mention that if you want captions, you just need to press the button uh, on your Zoom. It should say there you can enable captions there, because we're trying to make it as accessible. Please note this is our first open house and our first screen like a Zoom as part of the European Solidarity Residency. And so if there are any issues, please excuse us. At the end of the meeting, there will be form you can fill in, and you can give us your feedback if you would like to improve anything of what we do. We really would appreciate your feedback. At the moment, there is just few of us, which is absolutely fine. I think we can go ahead. And I presume that you already went to our website, so you booked or sign up for this open call. But for people who are not here at the moment, because they will see this from recording, we are gonna talk today about the European Solidarity Residency. What is it about? How to apply, especially. And if you want to have any questions, just please do not hesitate to ask throughout the session. And as one more reminder, it is recorded, so please note that if you say anything, it will be on the recording. And because it's just me running today's session, we have disabled potential for comments because we don't have moderator. I'm sure it will be fine, but just you don't know what people are on the internet. So just to be sure, we made it not available to chat. We are the chat, but you can of course um, ask question directly. I mean, there is, so and if you have any questions after the meeting, please email us on hello at Solidarity Residency, which is here at the bottom of the website you see on your screen. That's our contact details, always available. We try to respond within 24 hours within working week. So sadly on a weekend, we would like to take time off. And on Tuesday, there will be a second session. This time you will meet the partners. So today is just a session with me. My name is Miloslav. I am the project coordinator for the European Solidarity Residency. And today we will really talk just about the technical aspects. And on Tuesday, other partners, representatives of Pro Progressione from Budapest and from Art Radionica Lazaretti will join us. I failed to mention I'm from Lidice Art Collection. And so I will also on Tuesday speak about our collection, or what you're gonna do here if you will be selected. And also on Tuesday, I'm pleased to announce we will be joined by a previous resident of the pilot residency that we did in Lidice. So she will be able to answer your questions, or anyone who will join about how the schedule went, what were the requirements and stuff like this. So let's get into it. So European Solidarity Residency explores how art and solidarity intersects. We try to look at Lidice Art Collection, I might say a little bit, is a solidarity collection. We have all the artworks are given by artists as a response to the events of 1942. I will speak about that more on Tuesday. But we were thinking about how can solidarity kind of be empowered and actually more highlighted by art, because in our case art is really the way how we talk with our publics, and we try to make the collection more active. So we with our partners came up with this idea for European Solidarity Residency, which mainly focuses on cultural professionals and curators, and we have a focus on underprivileged backgrounds. So people from underprivileged backgrounds, we have a, we want to be very open about this. You will see it in a sec. We have some, um, key performance indicator in terms of percentage of people from underprivileged backgrounds that we want to serve. And so we want to offer free and ongoing access. So there is a second thing. So I jumped a little bit. So first part is the residency. We will get to the details in a bit. And the second part is the ESR Commons, which is a membership that if you apply, you have to join. And after the application, you will still have, even if you are not selected, access to the ESR Commons, which is something that we really try to insert into this residency program, so people from who already applied, because you have so many potential applications or residencies that you apply to, then they don't select you, for example, and then you get nothing from it. So what we were trying to do is to create something when even those that are not selected have a benefits that are transferable, and the transferable benefits are online talks and Q&As. And I will get to it in a bit, in what detail we will provide you, because I think it's quite exciting in my opinion. So I thought we're gonna go through the website, because in all fairness, we try to put everything on a website, and I will explain it here. So people who join us via recording later on. So welcome everyone new who just joined us, and thank you for joining us for today's session. Please note the session is recorded. And also it will be transcribed through the Zoom AI tool. This is for the benefit of obviously anyone who needs the transcription, regardless of their skills. And we will go through the website, because I thought that is the best way. Instead of doing PowerPoint and then you coming back, can't find things, maybe it's best to show it on the website. And then if people see this recording, they can also go to the website and know where to find it. So the overview is that overall, the European Solidarity Residency will offer 20 fully funded residencies for early career creative cultural professionals and curators, especially those from underprivileged backgrounds. So the limit for the underprivileged, we have 50% of the participants will be from at least 50% will be from the underprivileged background. So if you are not, you still obviously have a same chance to be part of it. It's, we try to make it as accessible for everyone. And if you, by the way, well, this is one thing I forgot to mention. If in any moment there is a problem with my sound, please let me know, because it was quite hard to set it up. Sorry. So just so you know, I have a quick fix, but yeah, I'm trying to use the better microphone. So thank you. So we will basically, those 220 fully funded residencies will be in 2025 and 2026. So there are two open calls. One is now, that's for 10 places, and one will be in 2026 for another 10 places. So this is separated into 2 years. We will obviously, if you apply once for 2025, if you are not selected, we will then ask you if you want to automatically apply for 2026, so you don't have to do anything again. It doesn't mean that you are not selected, you are not again. We don't want to increase the workload. We try to make it as, because we understand, and this is the logic of fully funded. We believe that people's work should be rewarded. So that's why we kind of should be paid. Unfortunately, we don't have payment for everyone who applies, but we can reward you with the access to the online content. And we don't want you to do twice the job. So easily, basically, if you apply once, we will just ask you if you want us to put it on to the next one. We will also we will definitely provide you with few words or maybe sentences as a feedback to your application. So for example, we everyone who applies, we will try to give you reasons why we chose you, why we didn't choose you. Uh, because this is I think it's very important to be personal rather than just, trying to be like, sorry, there were so many great applications, I really can't stand it myself. So we try to do that, It's not gonna be essays, but it will be some kind of a feedback which will obviously indicate whether, first of all, it makes sense also to apply again, or if there's something that actually could be improved in the application form. That's, sometimes might be the case. I have to say that, unfortunately, we don't have a resource to double check if you uploaded everything. So if you don't upload everything to the application form, we will basically, kind of look at it as not everything was uploaded. So, for example, the feedback for that could be, please upload everything. Like, I mean, it's just, just saying it as an example, but anyway, so eligibility, there is a limit because obviously we are co-funded by the European Union and the Creative Europe program, which is wonderful. It is the only way how we are able to do this in this scope that I think is still quite, good for everyone because each organization that's taking part is having a great input into it. So the open call is open to residents from the European Union, which is obviously member states, which probably if you are. If not, there is a list of them. And then also to 13 non-EU participating countries, which you can click on the website to the list. It will come up with this list. And you see that's Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein, Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Georgia, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, Ukraine, Armenia, Tunisia. And because we are open to the people from underprivileged backgrounds, obviously you can be from any country that's affected by war or any other country, but the most important thing is the residency. If there is any doubt, always email us. Don't presume things, please. If there is basically something when you are, oh, I'm not sure, I cannot apply, just email us and we will try to respond within 24 hours on a working week. Uh, Partners are free. So as I mentioned, it's Lidice Art Collection, which is where I work, which is part of Lidice Memorial. Then Pro Progressione in Hungary and Art Radionica Lazareti, Croatia. So let's quickly jump into the ESR Commons. Basically, it's free, just so you know. Obviously, those ones who registered already know that. It's just you just provide your name and email. Then there is a form, upload materials and submit the form there. And then later there will be direct live session links. The reason for this approach is that I have to say that first of all, it's a security of everyone involved. Some of these sessions, because we are not huge organizations, will be run in few people. And so from experience from our colleagues from elsewhere and our previous experiences, we want to ensure that basically only registered people have access, because then we can control if, for example, and I hope that will never happen, but you never know, for example, if someone is abusive, you can then kick them out from the membership and then basically you deal with it quite easily. There will be the reason for the membership is not to sell you something. It's literally just kind of create a community. And then in a process, we will upload different tools which will enable you to communicate together and will also give you access to these sessions. The sessions will not run just during the residency. This will be ongoing, let's say 1.5 year program of talks by people from different backgrounds, different experiences who work in the who are curators or are culture practitioners who have bigger experiences. And obviously some of these sessions will have Q&As, not all, some of them. And then if you are a resident, there will be another bonus, which will be that you will then get one-on-ones with these people. So the people who are selected will also have one-on-ones with them, not with all, but few. But everyone will have an access to these live sessions and will be able to participate in them. These might be some of them later released for general public, but your benefit will be that you will have obviously access during these sessions, and especially during the residency time, which will be the 2 month long moments, you will be able to participate much more deeper than anyone else. So this is first bit that you will get. There will also be uploaded resources like readings and stuff like this that we find intriguing for the speakers, and the speakers will provide them just for those who are registered into the ESR Commons. That's definitely the case. The only thing from the ESR Commons that might be later released to the general public is some videos. Like some of the talks might become later available. And obviously these introductory open houses obviously will be available for everyone because we try to increase the engagement. And so if you want to become the ESR member and apply for a call, all you have to do is click here, and you will have to fill in your password, first name, last name, email, password, that's all. There is no need to sign up anything else. If you ever want to remove yourself, at the moment you would have to email us at hello@solidarityresidency.eu. However, in the future you will be just able to do it inside of the ESR Commons membership area. Let's go to the project overview, because the whole project is not just about the residency. Pardon me. Someone is waiting. Pardon, I let them in. Sorry. So the project is a 24-month long project. The residencies are just part of it. And it's also benefiting the participating organizations. And our main goal is to use the transformative power of solidarity in art to advance social inclusion, gender balance, diversity, a greener and more sustainable cultural sector across Europe. We first identified that there is an innovation gap in the culture and creative sectors, and many, I'm not soaking on the word talented, but talented culture professionals lack equitable access to resources, networks, and mentoring. We really see that here in Czech Republic, for example. I for a long time lived in United Kingdom, which is much more approaching towards people who come from working class background. There are tools how to enable to work for them to work more in the cultural sector, even though obviously the funding is challenging as always. But we really don't have this here, and I'm sure that in many countries there might be some harder steps to access, especially culture sector. And so we really wanted to make sure that this will address this, even though it's very limited. We understand that. We hope to expand on this in the future and to do more of these. But obviously, this is step by step. So we last year had the pilot residency that was focusing on solidarity here in Lidice. Then now we have these two European solidarity residencies, and we hope that we can, drive this in the future to enable more access and provide these kind of residencies that are fully funded, because for us that's really is the goal that we want to achieve. We believe that there is need for cross-border solidarity, and also there is need to highlight the importance of the solidarity in art, and of course the urgency of green and social agendas. I think that everyone sees it around them, especially in Europe, but even elsewhere, that we are living in really challenging times. And I honestly believe that art could have an impact that could really move the societies into the more, sustainable and, more caring environments, even though it is extremely hard. I'm not trying to pretend that we will resolve it here in month. I think that what we can start is to think about different um, tools that we have on our hand to increase these points. As I mentioned that it's 24 month, the first part is the knowledge exchange. That's already happened. We had the knowledge exchange amongst the organizations. Now we are into fully funded residencies. And at the end, what we plan to do is to have a conference, reader, that will hopefully include case studies and methodologies that will enable to spread the tool how to run such residencies in the future. The reason for the fully funded, I want to highlight, is that because if you don't have fully funded residencies, you automatically are cutting people out of the potential of attending residency. For example, I was never able to attend any residency because I come from a background where you can't access it. So this is, you already are enabling more people to take part, which I think is always important. So we have a methodology and research highlights here, which is like we are gonna look at inclusive recruitment, merit-based. We will look at every single applicant from merit-based perspective. And I want to highlight here, if you have no experience, that will not disadvantage you. The thing what I mean by merit, or what we think as a merit, is that we will remove your name, your gender, your email, your any initials that could highlight who you are, where are you from. We will just basically look at what you wrote and why you're applying. The only person that will know your name and who you are is me, because I will be the one blacking out these things. So basically, if I work before in arts education, and I think it's really hard to look, it's really important, not hard, also it's a little bit hard, but it's really important to remove as much unconscious bias from the selection panel. So I will be the only one who will know pretty much who you are until the decision is made for the second round interviews, when obviously if the interview is with the group, with the panel, people will know who you are. I mean, that's the moment, but the first part will be without that. We will try to evaluate as much as possible. You will see this, as I mentioned, even after this meeting. Please do respond to the feedback form that's there. This maybe might have little impact for you at this moment, but what we'll do, we are trying to build this for future. So as much feedback as we can get throughout the process, pardon me, will enable us to put an argument why this should continue, but however, if you in your in any time you find something you want to get feedback, either positive or negative, please tell us. We can change things as we go along. It's not, everything is not strictly done. It's really about listening back and improving as we go. And obviously, we will try, no, not try, we will encourage you to travel and use as little, harmful tools and, machines, or, automobiles or planes as possible. So we will, if you are selected, we will require to, depends on your distance from the residency place, we will require for you to use certain transport according to the EU requirements. Sorry, I forgot to research which one is it, but I think it's like until 350 kilometers you can't use plane, or 600 kilometers, something like this. There are limitations which we will tell you exactly what is it. Obviously, there is a kind of understanding. If, for example, you come from Norway, you coming to Czech Republic, plane actually might be the best solution, so there is things to consider and stuff like this. So expected income, we hope to, or we believe, to enhance careers of 20 CPs, create cultural professionals and curators. However, I think that through the ESR comments, more people will have an access to the knowledge that we exchange here. throughout these residencies. And on Tuesday, when we have the Meet the Partners session at 1 p.m., you really will see the diversity between each partner, because Lidice Memorial, Lidice Art Collection is obviously an art collection that's state run. We are regional, so we are outside of Prague, not far away. We are just next to the airport, actually. Then you have Pro Progressione, which is directly in Budapest, but in very challenging environment, as you can imagine, but working very much activist approach towards arts, which I think is incredible. And then you will have Art Radionica Lazaretti, which is artist-run organization that is improving the life of the community and working with the community, be it community of refugees that come to Dubrovnik and Croatia in general. And I presume Serdiana, who is the head of it, will tell you more about it on Tuesday. So, just the highlight here, the events we now have, then the open house, and then Tuesday is the Meet the Partners. If you registered for this session, no need to register again. We will, as today, send the email on Tuesday with the Zoom link. If you have not registered, please do so. This is mainly for people who seeing this from recording. And please register on our website, either by becoming ESR member or by directly signing up for the event here on the Meet the Partners or on our social media platforms. Here, just briefly, you can obviously see the partners if you want to find out on the website, and there is three of us, me, Anna, and Sergiana, which each of us is the coordinator for each organization. You will meet us on Tuesday, all three of us, and we will get to the terms and conditions. Just so we highlight last points that are really important in the application. So, if you are selected, then you will receive a fully funded residency for 30 days. The first one is from the 17th of November until 16th of December. So obviously, we know the deadline now is quite tight, because you have to submit it by the 12th of September, and by the end of September you will know if you are in a residency in a month and a half. We understand this is very tight. Unfortunately, there was some delay in a way how this program was approved, and so we don't have very much more navigation space. However, even if this is maybe for someone who already applied, or if you're thinking of applying, or if you're thinking about 2026, the 2026 application time will be much longer. It will be 2 weeks longer, when you can apply, and also it will take place before the summer next year, and then the residency will take place between September and October 2026. So if you feel now this is very tight, and you are not sure if you can take part already, and if you already applied, you can let us know, emailing to at hello@solidarityresidency.eu, or you can see how it turns out. However, as I mentioned, 2026 will be much longer period of application. We didn't want to put everything right now there, because we want to really focus on the first open call. However, once this open call ends, directly there will be information and timeline for the second open call. Yeah, so if you really feel like, okay, this is too soon, I can't take a time of work, for example, for that month, then there is an option in 2026 when the time frame is much longer. There is much more space to think about it and also prepare for potential selection. And just to highlight, we will select for the second open call in 2026 people before summer. So there is at least 2 months before maybe more than 2 months before the residency starts. So so there is the space for that. So let's get to the selected participants. So you will receive co-working space, office facilities with dedicated desk with access to internet and printer, free accommodation for the duration of the residency. This is different in each location. So in Lidice, there is accommodation directly on site, so you don't need to commute here. In Budapest and in Dubrovnik, you will be there is an accommodation outside of the institution, but within the city, like not outside of Budapest or Dubrovnik. In Budapest and Dubrovnik, but not directly inside of the institution. Here in Lidice is inside of the institution. We will cover your cost from within the European Union. Or the or actually, this is incorrect. I have to change it. Sorry, it should be from within the Creative Europe country, because when you register when you apply, you have to select your Creative Europe country of residency, and that will be the place where we will covering your cost from. There is a negotiation that we can have. It's fine. As if you are, for example, somewhere else in Europe, that's okay. But we can't fund your travel from, or for example, if you are nationality in, Somalia, and then but you residence in Italy, and you apply, and then you say, I'm actually in Somalia. Unfortunately, there is no funding for that. We can support your travel in that case, but not cover it fully. If obviously if it fits within the budget that we have, it will probably happen. But we just make sure this is quite clear at the moment. So we will cover the travel costs from the place where you indicated you reside. Um, of course, you will get a fee of 1,500 euros for your residency, and this will be paid in installments. We will provide you with some fee when you arrive, some in the middle, and the rest after the end. So there was a long debate about this in our case, and we decided to follow the same pattern the European Union has with the funding to us. So we obviously, as part of the residency, you will be required to provide some feedback. So every time you submit the feedback in the middle and at the end, then you will receive the rest of the money. You will have access to the organization and their mentors, full access. So this is definitely location specific. This is a one thing that each organization will have different program. So if you choose to go to Budapest, you will have a different program than if you choose to go to Lidice. Each um, each organization will share with you what's their best skills. We want to share good practice, and we don't want to put anyone into the place where they will have to share something they don't know how to do. So each organization will share their best skills. So if you look at the description of each organization and what they do, this is pretty much what they're going to be sharing with you. But if you want to find out more, join us on Tuesday when you meet the partners. Each partner will speak about what they are going to be sharing with each resident. And as part of it, you will receive regular meetings to check on progress and provide feedback. This includes one-on-ones, so you will have a space outside of the group, and also to be able to share your feedback. There is obviously expectation that this will be in a safe environment. So if anything during the residency happens that is kind of affecting you, then you need to mediate, or that somehow you need, pastor care. All of that will be available for you, because we want to create this environment that makes you safe. And of course, if you will have I say this way, if you have any reasons to highlight some situations within your residency, and you feel that maybe in your space you are not able to address it, there will be the ESR coordinators that you can approach, including the ones from the other residency. So we hope that there will be a good loop of where you can provide your feedback and address any concerns or improvements as we go across. You will have opportunity to develop your ideas. This will be different in each environment. So, for example, in Lidice, you will be able to, for example, initiate intervention in our exhibition spaces. In Budapest. You will be able to, for example, do initiate workshops. We will tell you more on Tuesday. And also, this is the extra thing for anyone that will take part. You will be able to ask for online mentoring from any expert within the Solidarity Residency. So we will give you a list of people who are the experts. We will reveal them shortly, not maybe like today, but I mean in coming days. And then we will give you the list once you, if you are selected, we will give you the list, and you can select who you think would you like to have a feedback from the other organizations or mentoring session. So, if you join Lidice, don't worry, you will have access to everyone from Budapest and from Dubrovnik. So this is in obviously some scheduled times. It's not non-stop, but there will be space for that. We encourage applications from all backgrounds, especially those from underprivileged communities and industries. We are committed to a residency program that reflects diverse skills, experiences, and abilities. And we also encourage those with children and those affected by any war to apply. So, in terms of accommodation, if you have children, you are welcome to come with them. You will receive extra payment of 300 euros. This is in line with the European Union kind of what they are providing. So if you have children or child, on top of the 1,500 euro fee, we will also give you 300 euros to cover the cost that you might have with the children. Obviously, that's not greatest on earth. Understand that, but there is this. However, you are not able to come with a partner. That is unfortunately not supported within this. So within this residency. So there is a bit with the partners, but you cannot come. If you are artistic duo, if you are curatorial duo or something, unfortunately, you would have to apply that only one of you will come. These are the restrictions. So this is just a reminder, our residency activities are regular workshops and talks, mentoring sessions, and special one-on-one mentoring session online and also on site. Obviously, throughout the residency, you will have access to to talk with your peers, and we are trying to come up with a tool that would enable you to, for example, do peer experiences with people in different locations. So at this at the at during the residency, not you don't do every day is not some mentoring session. There are clearly defined schedule, and we will give you example on Tuesday of how the schedule might look like. So you are more clear about what is happening. I can already say that, for example, because of well-being, we really want you to have weekends free. So, for example, if you are selected, we don't want people to work on the weekends. Through our personal experiences from the past, it's really is a bad habit to work on a weekend. I know sometimes we all have to, but let's do the residency the way it should be. So the weekend should be dedicated to your well-being, and throughout the week you will have a mentoring session. You will also have field trips because we want you to explore more of the other institutions that work are creating interesting programs in those locations. So of course we highlight activities there, and I will now, you have here the special activities in each part, but I will leave it for now because you can read it on our website, but also there will be more information on Tuesday. So we really want to highlight that early career curators and CPs are our target audience. So if you are early career curator and creative professional, please do apply. You have to be resident in any Creative Europe country. There is the link again, and you will have to speak English. So this is the one thing that we were also, unable to change somehow. So English is important to have a knowledge of for participation in all the sessions, and obviously because we are doing interviews from those selecting to the second round, the what we will obviously see there how proficient in English you are. So this is important for you don't have to be perfect in English. You just have to be able to communicate. It's not about having a degree from English. It's more about being able to communicate with the group. And so that's the one requirement. And also, you have to be available for the whole duration of the residency, and we require 85% attendance and participation to provide the funding. So this is something that you really have to focus on. It's not possible to leave in the middle of the residency unless it's some, emergency. We can always, look at that. But if you leave and anytime sooner, this is also why the funding is spread through. So if you leave anytime sooner, we will unfortunately have to not award you with the rest of the funding. That is sadly based on our previous experience when we unfortunately had no show. And so in terms of the funding you receive, you will receive upon your arrival. The only thing that we will pay in advance is your trip. So your one-way trip to Lidice or Budapest or Dubrovnik, we will pay for that if you are selected, and then you will receive the fee upon your arrival. Part of the fee, not all of it, part of the fee, and then we expect your attendance on the sessions that will be scheduled for you. We went through our application form already. The only thing I will highlight here is that even if you are not early career curator and you become member of the ESR Commons, then you will have access to those online sessions. So as I mentioned, it's not the end of the world if you are not early career curator or culture practitioner. You can join the ESR Commons and have later on access to the digital, as long as you apply. Sorry, you have to apply still. So you have to submit your CV or resume, highlight your experience, and then personal statement, 500 words, and you can send it in audio and video form. We want to make it as much as accessible. So, for example, for if you are uncomfortable writing it, you can upload audio video material. You can just upload video which addresses these questions, and you also have to fill in you potentially pardon you optionally you may provide us with a portfolio of past projects. Curatorial is in brackets because you don't have to be curator to apply. You can be dancer, artist, whatever. The only thing is that the aim of this whole program is to enhance careers of people who want to be like work in and organizing events and stuff like this. So on curating, if I put it in less challenging words, then basically this is what this open call is about, because we have plenty of residencies that are for artists, much less for curators and culture practitioners. So the open call was open on 14th of August and it closes on Friday the 12th of September at 1 p.m. The second round selection announcement will be right after on Thursday. So we will email at the moment on Thursday 18th, we will email you whether you were selected for the second round or no. And then the second round interviews take place Monday 22nd to Wednesday 25th. They are online. So, and of course, if you have some challenge with timing, we will be able to accommodate it. That's why it's not happening just in one day. But presume if you are selected to the second round interviews, we will, these are the dates when the interviews will take place. And if at the end you say I'm not available, unfortunately, that might also end up you not being selected. So just so you know, these are the dates. But as I mentioned, we are flexible on those dates. So, the timing exact is, we can negotiate, not hopefully with everyone, but if some of you have some challenges, then that's that. And then Friday, pardon me, there is a mistake because Friday is 26. Yes, Friday, 26 September. You will be notified via email if you were selected, and there will be also waiting list because we have had the previous experience of, as I mentioned, someone not turning up. And so we want to provide waiting list, which you will have to then confirm if you want to be on that waiting list, because there might be very late announcement take part if someone, for example, suddenly has a, you know, illness or something, and so they can't attend. This is again when you apply, and so we can directly jump into the ESR Commons and the application form, which is the last thing that we will talk about now, and then we will have a space for your question. So once you become the ESR Commons member, you will see this page. This is changing and improving continuously. So if you come here in a few days time, it might look a little bit different, but we are trying to keep the spirit and the structure similar. And so here you can directly apply for the ESR, and here you have the list of events. And if you have any questions for us, you can always email us. There is also one thing before we get to the form, is that there is a we have some terms of service, privacy policy, cookie policy, which you can visit. And of course, as you can see above me, we are we are not only co-funded by the European Union, but we are supported by the Call for Curators, ArtMap, which is a Czech organization, and ArtTalk. We are extremely grateful for their support in spreading the open call, and also for supporting us literally in this endeavor. So let's go to the application form. In all fairness, I think should be straightforward. If you have any questions, there is directly at the hello@solidarityresidency.eu. It goes to me. As I didn't mention before, please do not apply the last day. It would be hard to fix things, and I have to be clear that the deadline is strict. So at 1 p.m., it will be cut out. So if you don't upload it by 1 p.m., it will not be accepted on the Friday, the 12th of September. And also, we do not accept any application via email. This is only to ask for further questions. For example, if you have some issues, please address it much earlier than the Friday. It will be really hard to do changes. I will obviously be on that email, but if you email 5 minutes to 1 on Friday, the 12th of September, it is very likely that we won't be able to fix your issue, and so you would have to apply in 2026. There is a good moment now to say that there is this second call also, so not all is lost, but it's a moment to think about if you want to apply. Now, I don't personally think that there is much that we require. I think we overall try to keep it as concise as possible. The only thing I will say is that obviously we are required to collect some information to anonymously monitor who applied, and stuff like this. And so this is why there is some questions that you have to upload there already. And for example, the mobile phone number we collect because, if you are, for example, selected to the second round and we have an issue contacting you or you don't turn up, we can text you about it. This is just we won't be using it for marketing. That's for sure. So you have to upload your name, your email, pronouns, date of birth, gender. Obviously, there is an option to say prefer not to say, place of birth, nationalities or nationalities. Some people have more, that's fine. Creative country of legal residency, and this is very strict. It's only you can select the countries that are part of the Creative Europe. So that's unfortunately the kind of breaker for some people. Then the mobile phone. Then you write what kind of high education you have, either none or all. I just want to say it is really not something that will disadvantage you if you say no education. Just to be clear, yeah. So basically, it's not that we will look on and only go, do you have PhD? We select you. No, there is other aspects that we look for. This is mainly for monitoring purposes. If you live with disability, if no, none, if yes, we are asking you about mobility needs. You don't need to write about what disability you need. We just need to know about mobility, just to be sure that if you are selected, we can cater and we aim to cater for it. So this is the aspect. So if you have any other disability, you don't have to specify it at the moment. Then you have to select if you are early career or not, and then you upload your personal statement. It has to be maximum 500 characters, so not long, really kind of tell us what describes your practice and interests. Obviously, as an advice that you get because you are here on this video, you're watching it in a recording, the best is to somehow tie it up with the residency because that will really highlight your interest in the field. So personal statement should somehow reference the residency, the topics, not the residency, but the topics of the residency. CV resume you can upload as a PDF or as an audio video file. Maximum 10 megabytes. Again, this is important if you're uploading, like if you're uploading last minute, this can happen that it would be too big and then you suddenly get stuck because even though you prepared it, it's too big. So please note that maximum is 10 megabytes. So make sure that this is what you have before you apply. And please name the file as is instructed here. This will really help us navigate because there will not be there will be number of panels that will review it in each location. So to keep your application concise, because they will receive these items in as a digital form, it's good to name it correctly as we indicate there. Here you can list your previous residencies, and here you are asked to say whether you are underprivileged background. We define here the underprivileged background, what we mean by it, and please note the same we do with the early career curator, cultural practitioner, just so you know. And then you can select either no or yes, I am. But then please note that if you select yes, we may ask you for further proof later, which we will. Depending, obviously, if you apply and you are from Palestine living somewhere, we understand that you are from underprivileged background. But if the underprivileged comes from social or economic barriers, we might ask you for proof. Just to note that. And then please rank your preference on each partner. Again, on Tuesday, you can learn more about each partner in our second open house session that will be at 1 p.m. And please indicate where did you hear or how did you hear about the open call, and then tick here the box that you agree that Památník Lidice, which is Lidice Memorial where I work, because we are the lead partner, we are the lead coordinator of this project, so we are responsible for managing your data. So if ever in the future you want us to remove them or erase them, either email us at Hello Solidarity Residency or directly contact Lidice Memorial because they will be able to delete it if you want it to be deleted. So I will leave the floor now, or actually I will not leave the floor, but I will now open it. If you have any questions that you wanted to ask, please do. I will stop sharing here. And actually, I will just now, sorry, before you ask questions, let me do it like this. Let me stop the recording. And so we will ask the question outside of the recording. And then, so for the people who are watching this from recording, please join us on Tuesday for the second section. You will find the contacts on, you will find the sign up form on our website. If you are not already signed up, it will be sent the link to everyone who has who has already subscribed to the ESR Commons or to marketing. Thank you.